Hi guys, welcome back to my A2 German grammar course. Thanks for being here and learning with me. Invest some minutes into your German grammar skills, you won't regret it. And don't forget, you can always check out my A1 playlist for repetition and exercises. We almost finished our A2 German grammar course. I'm really happy and proud that we do it together. We have 2 big topics left. This channel has many more projects coming. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and give your feedback. The more feedback I get, the more I can modify and change my future projects. Let's continue with the almost last topic of this course. Our topic this week is Verben mit Präpositionalobjekt. Prepositions that modify the object into accusative or dative are also a topic of A1, but now we will go a little bit further by combining them with the verbs to get certain statements or meanings out of them. So what does it mean? If you check out the first line, Maria besucht ihren Freund, then, depending how good your level is, you know immediately, okay, we have a subject, we have a verb, and we have an object in accusative. So, we have an accusative object. Second one is Paul hilft mir. Paul helps me. Again, you have Paul being the subject, helfen the verb, and mir the object. In this case, a dative object. But now you have another example, the third one. Die Leute warten auf den Bus. The people are waiting for the bus. So we have the subject, the verb, the preposition, and our object. So this is our new topic. It is a prepositional object. Now you think, okay, that's easy. I just have to remember that the preposition auf is accusative. It's not the big deal. And you're right, it's not too complicated. But you have to always keep in mind that different verbs have different prepositions and therefore can change their object. I want to give you an example. We have here on the second line, anfangen, to start. If you want to say, we start with the lesson, with the class, we will say, wir fangen den Unterricht an. So you might learn anfangen with an accusative object, which is true, it is. Den Unterricht, let me change the color to make it clear. Den Unterricht, it is accusative. But if you have to say, wir fangen mit dem Unterricht an, then we have it into a dative version because of the mit dem Unterricht. I give you this example to show you that verbs you might have learned before with a certain object. It's good that you learned them, of course, but don't be confused if there is a preposition that modifies an accusative into a dative object and vice versa. We will check out now some patterns, and the first category is persönliches Subjekt, personal subject, living, we want to say with this. Not personal in different sense, but really living subject. Achten auf, to pay attention to. Anfangen mit, to start with something. Aufhören mit, to stop with something. Beginnen mit, again, to start with something. Denken an, to think about somebody. Nachdenken über, to think about something or somebody. Protestieren gegen, to protest against something. Sorgen für, to take care of something or somebody. Teilnehmen an, to participate in a certain activity or something like this. Warten auf, to wait for something or somebody. As you can see, I always say somebody or something because I don't want you to think that it's only for non-living things. Some verbs, of course, don't make sense to say them with somebody. For example, participate. You cannot participate in somebody, only in something. But you can think about somebody, but you can also think about something. So keep this in mind. It's important because, as you know, the more clarified you have your categories, the better you can formulate your own statements. The next examples are for non-living or unpersonal subjects. Gehören zu, to belong to. Passen zu, to fit or to suit to. Riechen nach, to smell like. Schmecken nach, to taste like. I think they divided it like this to make it super clear that the subject doesn't have to be always living. Don't rely on the thing that is the subject to identify it. Just because we have an I in a sentence doesn't mean it has to be the subject. It can also be the object. We will check out many examples now. If you want to press pause and do them, please do so, and we will correct in a second. Okay, let's compare. Nimmst du an diesem Englischkurs teil? Are you participating on this English course? Er protestiert gegen den Strafzettel. He protests against the ticket. Die Socken riechen nach Käse. The socks smell like cheese. Morgen beginnt er mit seinem Studium. Tomorrow he starts with his studies. Die Jacke passt nicht zu deiner Hose. The jacket doesn't fit to your or with your pants. Er denkt immer nur an seine Freundin. He always thinks about his girlfriend. Ein Sänger muss auf seine Stimme achten. A singer has to or must take care of his voice or pay attention to his voice. Wir wollen mit der Arbeit anfangen. We want to start with the work. Denk bitte über meine Idee nach. Please think about my idea. Ich glaube, die Suppe schmeckt nach Paprika. I think the soup tastes like paprika. Wann hört ihr mit der Diskussion auf? When will you stop with the discussion? Achte bitte auf die Präpositionen. Please pay attention to the prepositions. Die Eltern sorgen für ihre Kinder. The parents take care of the children. After you did that, you now can see that you can also substitute stuff. For example, you can say here, er denkt immer nur an sie. Now that you know that it's accusative, of course, you can also use the personal pronoun. Or for example, here, you can, instead of say that ticket, against his ticket. Er protestiert gegen seinen Strafzettel. Also accusative. And of course, you can substitute it to have even more variety. A thing you have to keep in mind, of course, is that you don't mix it with the other possible ways. For example, here on the H, wir wollen mit der Arbeit anfangen. You can also say, wir wollen Die Arbeit, anfangen. We want to start the work. This is accusative because we cut off the preposition mit. Do you see how many options you have now? Which makes it a little scary, but also really nice, in my opinion. This is it for today. Thank you for your support. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, share this video or this channel with someone who really wants to learn German. If you have questions, leave them in the comments, and you can follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, where I also host language meetings as often as I can. At the moment, once a week, but we will see what happens in the future. So have a great week, and I see you next Sunday. Bye!